Sa video natin ngayon mga maestro ay pag-usapan at alamin naman natin ang process of classroom observation na nakabase po sa PBS or sa Performance Management and Evaluation System Guidelines. Ayan, so ito po ay galing po mismo sa DepEd, ano po mga maestro, sa ginawa po nilang orientation patungkol nga po dito sa implementing guidelines po ng Performance Management and Evaluation System. So, kinuha po natin yung part ng video po nila sa live pong ginawa nila sa DepEd official Facebook page. At yun po ang ginamit natin para i-share po dito sa YouTube channel natin mga ka-maestro. Alright, so credits po, no? Credits po, hindi po pag-aari ni El Maestro yung clip ng video po na mapapanood po ninyo tungkol dito sa classroom observation process. So ito po ay galing po mismo, officially galing po mismo sa DepEd Philippines. So credits po sa kanila and also sa DepEd BHROD. Okay, so dito po aalimin po natin ano-ano ba yung mga dapat nating ihanda, no, pag tayo po ay magpapa-observe, ano ba yung mga proseso na dapat nating pagdaanan, paano tayo magkakandak po ng ating actual observation na nakabase nga po dito sa Performance Management and Evaluation System, na kung saan tayo po ay nire-require na magkaroon po ng classroom observation gamit po ang COT ngayon pong 4th quarter, na mayroon pong dalawang option, yung option A na kung saan ang option A po ay hahatiin mo sa dalawang classroom observation yung mga indicators na dapat mong ma-hit. So, apat po yun. Apat sa first classroom observation, then apat naman sa pangalawang classroom observation. Then, yung option B naman ay isang classroom observation lang. And during your classroom observation, dapat ma-hit mo po yung 8 indicators, both for proficient and highly proficient teachers. Alright, so panoorin na po natin mga ka-maestro ang process of classroom observation mula po mismo sa DepEd.
Now, let's move to, revisiting again, paano pa rin mises yung classroom observation process. So, just to give you po, an idea how we will be able to do yung ating pong classroom observation. So, yun po, first one is that the ratee and the rater should agree on the schedule of classroom observations. Okay? Second, the rater and the ratee should have scheduled a pre-observation conference or meeting. Ano po yun? So, that mag-uusap po sila. And then the teacher or the ratee shall submit lesson plan at least 1 day before the scheduled classroom observation so that the rater will be able to review the lesson plan. So for proficient teachers, their lesson plans, activity sheets, or assessment materials shall be given an appropriate ratings in the IPCRF using the proficient tool as a basis for its demonstration and achievement of Objective 2, the PPST Indicators 2.2. So for the performance evaluation, purposes of performance evaluation po, the master teacher should not edit the teacher lesson plan to be used in the observation during the pre-observation conference. So instead, lesson plan improvement should be addressed during mentoring or coaching session where the MT can provide technical assistance to support effective instruction. Not just only for master teacher but also head teachers who served as rater. They should not edit the teacher lesson plan to be used in the observation during the pre-observation conference. So dapat preventive po, So, dapat yung pagko-coach po natin at pag-i-edit ng lesson plan should happen, during the technical assistance session or during the coaching and mentoring session. Okay? So, that's the reminder lang po during the pre-observation. Now, let's move to actual observation. So, during the actual observation naman po, the ratee or the teacher shall deliver the entire lesson. Classroom observation shall be done throughout No? Full period, entire class period. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. And then the ratee shall only use observation notes, no, during the classroom observations. Okay? And for highly proficient tool, for teachers, colleagues shall be allowed to observe as part of the mentoring and coaching activities amongst the master teachers po. So yeah, and that is in a way self-explanatory as presented in the slide. Okay. And then the next one, post-observation. Okay. During the post-observation, the raters, it is now the time that the raters rate the performance of the teacher using the classroom observable tool appropriate to the teacher's level. So, yung for teacher 1 to 3, and then for master teacher 1 to 4. In our presentation, usually it's color green and blue. No, although we are seeing context naman, once you reproduce it, it's called color black. But just to remind everyone na meron po yun na tag or title po, title header, which tool yung appropriate sa teacher na ino-observe. Okay. The second important thing po during the post-observation is what we call the inter-observant agreement exercise. So, raters or observers, kung halimbawa 2 or 3 po yung makakapag-observe for big schools, ayan po, no, they shall meet to discuss the individual ratings given. The final rating, ito po yung lagi po naming nire-remind. The final rating shall not be an average. No? Hindi, for example, yung usual po natin ginagawa dati pa. No? So kung 3, ako ay 4, siya ay 5, siya ay 3. So ina-add po yun and then ina-average po. Hindi po ganon. But a final rating should be based on reasoned and consensual agreement. So meaning, they should discuss amongst themselves ano yung teaching practice that they saw during the classroom observation, and they should agree on ano yung final rating. Okay? And the last one is what we call the post-observation conference, wherein the ratee shall conduct a post-observation meeting or conference with the ratee to discuss his or her experience and performance during the classroom observation. The idea here is that this is something, or this is not a session where to pinpoint what's wrong, or if ever we were able to identify, but we should take note that just to highlight areas for improvement for teachers, and then areas that he or she need to strengthen or improve, as you observe, yung mga rater po doon. This is not to blame or to, give that impression that may mali, but there's an area that we need, or the teacher needs to improve during the post-observation conference. And we would like to remind po all our rater who's here, especially our head teachers and master teachers. Gone are the days that we, in a way, find fault and then for somehow make po yung anxiety for our teachers on observation. Rather, we want a friendly, a peer-to-peer mentor coaching environment for our teachers, for us to excel better. Gone are the days wherein kalaban po natin ang ating kapwa mga guro, but we're here to actually improve yung teaching practice of all our teachers in the school. So, yan po yung environment that we want within the context of the school. Okay?
Ayan, so hopefully po ay naunawaan nyo na po yung mga proseso na dapat po nating pagdaanan pag tayo po ay papa-observe, especially po ngayong 4th quarter, ayan, kung saan tayo nga po ay required na magkaroon po ng 1 or 2 classroom observation. Alright, so dito ko natatapos itong ating video ngayon mga ka-maestro. Kung hindi ka man nakakapag-subscribe, click mo na ang subscribe button dyan para ikaw yung unang nakapanood ng mga videos na ginagawa natin Katulad dito yung mga updates pa rin about sa DepEd, mga benefits po ng mga teachers and other government employees. And syempre, click mo na rin ang notification bell button para ma-notify ka. Always updated ka pag may mga bago tayong uploaded na videos. Sa muli, maraming salamat sa inyong panonood at pakikinig. Once again, El Maestro. See you on my next vlog. Bye-bye!